When it comes to gut health, two fermented dairy stars often steal the spotlight, yogurt and yogurt and kefir. But despite their similarities, these two foods have very different effects on your digestive system. So, which one is truly better for your gut, especially if you're over 50 or dealing with digestion issues? Let's break down everything you need to know, without the fluff or hype, so you can make the best decision for your health. Let's start with the basics. Both yogurt and kefir are made by fermenting milk using beneficial bacteria. These bacteria feed on the natural sugars in milk and multiply, creating probiotics. But how those probiotics behave in your body, how they survive digestion and what they do once they're inside, that's where things get interesting. Yogurt is typically made by adding specific strains of bacteria to warm milk and allowing it to ferment for several hours. The result is a thick, creamy texture with a mild tang. Most yogurts are made using two key strains, Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus. While these strains are beneficial, they don't always survive the acidic environment of your stomach, so although yogurt is a good probiotic food, not all the bacteria make it to your gut alive. Kefir, on the other hand, is a more complex product. It's made by adding kefir grains to milk. These grains aren't actual grains, but colonies of bacteria and yeast that resemble small cauliflower florets. Kefir contains a broader spectrum of bacteria, often more than 30 strains, including both bacteria and beneficial yeast. This makes kefir a powerhouse of diversity when it comes to probiotics. But here's where it gets even more impressive. Many of the bacteria in kefir are hardier than those in yogurt. They're more likely to survive stomach acid and make it to your intestines, where they can actually repopulate your gut flora. In fact, kefir has been studied for its potential to recolonize the gut after antibiotics support immune function, reduce inflammation, and even help with anxiety and depression due to the gut-brain connection. That said, yogurt is no slouch. It's easier to find, generally more palatable for people with sensitive stomachs, and often fortified with calcium and vitamin D, which support bone health, something that's especially important after 50. Plus, certain yogurts contain additional probiotic strains like Lactobacillus acidophilus or Bifidobacterium lactis, which do survive stomach acid and help balance the gut microbiome. So, if yogurt and kefir both offer gut benefits, why is kefir often considered superior? One word: diversity. Your gut microbiome is like a rainforest. The more diverse it is, the healthier it becomes. Kefir's broad mix of probiotic strains offers a wider variety of support. It not only includes the lactic acid bacteria found in yogurt, but also unique strains like Lactobacillus, Kefirnofaciens, and Saccharomyces kefir, the latter being a yeast that can help crowd out harmful microbes. This diversity can help with more complex gut issues like leaky gut, IBS, or even food intolerances. But diversity isn't the only factor to consider. Let's talk about lactose intolerance. Yogurt, especially if it's not fully fermented, can still contain a decent amount of lactose. Some people with lactose sensitivity may experience bloating or gas after eating it. Kefir, because of its longer fermentation process and the activity of yeast, is much lower in lactose. Many people who can't tolerate milk or yogurt find they can enjoy kefir without any issues. Now, let's look at texture and taste. Because if you're going to eat something every day for your health, you should actually like it. Yogurt is creamy, mild, and versatile. It's perfect for smoothies, parfaits, or as a snack on its own. Kefir is thinner, more like a drinkable yogurt, and has a tangier, sometimes slightly fizzy taste due to the presence of yeast. Some people love this sharpness, while others find it too strong, but it's worth trying both to see which one suits your palate and routine better. Sugar content is another important point. Many store-bought yogurts, especially flavored or low-fat varieties, are packed with added sugars. These sugars feed bad bacteria in your gut, promote inflammation, and completely cancel out the probiotic benefits. Always read labels and choose plain, unsweetened yogurt with live cultures. You can add your own fruit or honey at home. Kefir tends to have less added sugar, especially if you buy it plain, but it's still worth checking the label. Better yet, make it at home. Homemade kefir is surprisingly easy to make and you'll get the highest probiotic count possible. Another point to consider: calcium and protein. Yogurt, particularly Greek yogurt, is very high in protein. It also delivers calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, minerals essential for strong bones. Kefir offers these as well, though the exact content depends on how it's made. Still, both options are solid sources of these bone-supporting nutrients, making either one a good addition to your diet if you're over 50. Now, let's go even deeper. What if you've already been eating yogurt for years and haven't seen any gut improvements? It might be time to rotate in kefir. Sometimes your body becomes accustomed to a single probiotic source, and it's the diversity that keeps your gut ecosystem strong. Switching things up every few weeks can help introduce new strains and prevent stagnation. So, what about non-dairy options? If you're vegan or avoiding dairy, there are plant-based yogurts and kefirs made from coconut, almond, or cashew milk. These often contain added probiotics, but, they can be lower in protein and calcium. Again, make sure to check the labels. Some plant-based options are more processed and, honestly, less effective. Look for brands that specifically say live active cultures and have no added sugars. Let's touch on immune support for a moment. About 70% of your immune system actually lives in your gut, and a healthy gut can really reduce your chances of getting sick. Both yogurt and kefir help build a stronger intestinal lining, which acts as a barrier against pathogens. However, because kefir's probiotics are more diverse and include anti-inflammatory compounds like kefiran, it may have an edge in supporting your immune system, especially during cold and flu season. Another question people ask is, how often should you have yogurt or kefir? For noticeable benefits, 4 to 5 servings per week is a good baseline, but honestly, consistency is more important than quantity. It's better to have 1 serving every day than binge on 5 servings in a single week. Let's also talk about how these foods affect skin health. A balanced gut leads to reduced inflammation in the body, and, chronic inflammation is a leading cause of skin aging. The probiotics in both yogurt and kefir have been linked to clearer skin, fewer breakouts, and even reduced signs of aging like fine lines and dullness. Now, here's a pro tip. Kefir can also be used topically. Some people use kefir as a natural probiotic face mask. Its lactic acid gently exfoliates, and the probiotics help calm inflammation. Of course, it's not a substitute for your gut, but it's a bonus worth knowing. So, what's the verdict? If you want something easy, familiar, and high in protein, yogurt, especially Greek yogurt, is a great choice. It's accessible, customizable, and can still support your gut if you choose a high-quality, live culture version. But if your goal is maximum probiotic diversity, stronger gut resilience, and a bigger impact on digestion and immunity, kefir is the better option. It's kind of like upgrading from a regular multivitamin to a personalized supplement. Both are good, but honestly, one simply goes further. Here's the bottom line. You don't have to choose just one. You can alternate between yogurt and kefir depending on your needs. Maybe add yogurt to your breakfast one day and then sip on kefir in the evening the next. Think of it as feeding your inner ecosystem from multiple angles. Because the truth is, there's no single magic food for gut health. It's your daily habits that matter most. So whatever you choose, make sure it's part of a bigger picture. More fiber, fewer processed foods, less sugar, more movement, and, honestly, a whole lot of consistency. Now that you know the difference between yogurt and kefir, what's going in your fridge this week?